Hi to everyone. Let's discuss about something which is crucial for everyone and anyone, those who would like to start their own crypto entrepreneurial journey or they want to start any kind of crypto venture anywhere in the world. As you know, now from Europe till UAE, from UAE till Singapore, you talk about US, you talk about Canada, you talk about India. So everyone is right now, they're thinking about coming up with their own regulation, and few of them, they have their regulation right now. They're the initial stage. You know about Europe, you know about Singapore, you know about UAE. UAE is creating a lot of news. So now everyone who would like to start its own venture, crypto venture, they have many questions in there. They have their own question. What is that? Number one, what exactly what are the procedures? What exactly the demand of the regulator? How much time it will take? What are the procedures? And apart from it, how much exactly the cost involved? And how much time it will take? Many crucial questions before taking any business decision. So, to make it easy, I would like to start comparing few of the regulatory bodies, how exactly they work right now. And again, at the same time, I would like to emphasize on the market size of those particular countries or particular continent. And that will make your life easy, The market size, I'll let you know. Who are the regulators? What are the timeline? Bottom line is, if you know the timeline, the market size, the cost involved, it would be really, really easy for you to take the things forward. So let's start comparing with MiCA, Europe, MAS, Singapore, VARA, UAE, FIU, India. That makes sense. So let's start from Europe. Let's talk about the market size of Europe, which is 14.3 billion by 2025. If you talk about the taxation, 26 to 40%. Okay, let's go for the fee structure. Application fees, country to country differs, 5 to 50K. Legal support advisory, 10,000 to 100,000 euro. Ongoing compliance and operation cost, 50,000 to 500,000 euro. Security and technology up to 200,000 euro. It depends on. Overall budget, if you talk about, it would be something about €500,000 for a mid-size organization. If you'd like to know about the timing, 8 to 18 months. Now, the real demerit, or you can say the challenge you will face in case of banking. Whether it's easy? No, it's not at all easy as far as Europe is concerned. So, challenges are there, but now you know the timeline, the cost involved. You can take a call for sure. Let's talk about Singapore, MAS. Everyone knows the market regulator in Singapore who is responsible for regulating crypto. If you ask me, how about Singapore as a destination for obtaining a crypto license? I would say, from my experience, that's a good one. So let's talk about the market size. Up to 234 million by, you can talk about, 2025. Taxation up to 22%. And the type of license, they have two kinds of license in crypto, SPI and MPI. Standard payment institution and major payment institution. Depends on what kind of turnover. Below 3 million, SPI. As far as MPI is concerned, more than 3 million is MPI. If you talk about the application cost, that range from 1,000 Singapore dollar to 5,000 Singapore dollar. Okay. So if you look at the cost of application is really, really cheap. If you talk about involving any, lawyers, advisors, probably up to 50,000 Singapore dollar. Timeline, 8 to 18 months. So if the timeline is 8 to 18 months, it's as equal to MiCA as well. But if you look at the complexity, Singapore might be lesser complex. And as it comes under mass, it makes things little easier. And as you understand that there are two categories. If your turnover is lesser than 3 million Singaporean dollar, it's good enough to go for I think you'll get it easily. But if you are major payment institute, you will face the challenge. So now we covered MiCA and Singapore. Now we will go to the most talk about jurisdiction, that is UAE. Now let's talk about UAE, United Arab Emirates. Binance is here, Bybit is here, you name. Everyone would love to come to this country. It's a crypto heaven now. Every next person would like to get into this country. As you know, VARA is there, ADGM is there, DIFC is there, RAGDAO is there, DMCC is there. So all these are, all these regulators, they're contributing for the licensing. But we will talk about the most important one, that is VARA, Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority. If you look at the market size, approximately 250 to 260 million, and also growing. They're expecting a major growth by 2030. Things are really improving a lot. Now let's talk about VARA. What VARA does, what are the kinds of license you can obtain? You can obtain crypto exchange license, you can obtain crypto advisory license, you can obtain crypto management and investment license, you can obtain crypto transfer and settlement license, you can obtain lending and borrowing license. So these are the licenses category available. Now you know the market size, you know the categories of license. Apart from it, the beauty of this country is they have also started under central bank the stablecoin licensing. Okay, but we will stick to VARA now because that's the most important one. So now the question is market size, now we'll talk about the timeline. Timeline is from 6 months to 18 months. Let's talk about the cost. The minimum admin charges by VARA would be 40,000 dirham and up to 100,000 dirham, depends upon the category. Next year, up to 200,000 dirham. Capital requirement is ranging from 200,000 dirham up to 800,000 dirham, or you can say 1 million dirham. Apart from it, let's talk about other costs involved. You have to go for insurance one. If you don't have custody, you have to go for custody from outside. There is also a fees involved into it. And you need to have proper office here. And you need to have employees here. After the provisional approval, you have to maintain it up to the final approval. Okay. And if you see look at the range from 6 months till 18 months. It might take 6 months, 8 months. It might take 18 months. So after provisional approval, when regulator will ask you about your employees, you must have employee on board, like risk manager, the compliance officers, the CTOs, the CEOs, everyone must be there, all right? Apart from it, you must have the outside lawyers and consultant to guide you through. That's also another cost. It might range from, if you talk about dollar, people are charging from $25,000, $30,000 till $50,000, $80,000, depends upon different kinds of organization. They have their, different quotation for it. So this is all about UAE VARA. The kind of license now, the time range now, the admin fees by the government. And okay, I can add another thing that next year when you talk about renewal, it will be up to 200,000 dirham. Okay. So this is the cost, this is the timeline and the market size. Now you are the boss to decide where to go, how to apply, and you understand. But at the end of the day, UAE is really doing well these days. All the big guys are coming in. But the advantage of UAE is taxation. If you look at the taxation, personal tax, 0. Corporate tax, 9%. And VAT on crypto is 0. Never forget that. Okay. Now, you know about MiCA Europe. You know about MAS Singapore. You know about UAE VARA. If you compare all that, let's talk about the taxation perspective. Europe, as you know, that 40%. If you talk about Singapore, really less, I told you, compared to Europe. But UAE has the advantage. Let's get into the last one, but not the least. Interesting one. Let's get into Indian FIU. India has opened up the gate for many big exchanges from across the globe. Binance is there right now. KuCoin is there. They have their own Indian exchanges, like you talk about CoinDCX, CoinSwiss Quebec, CoinSwiss Kubo, and then they have they have Wajirex. Many renowned one are there. So if you are running your crypto exchange, never forget that big market that is India. Okay, we'll talk about Indian FIU. What is FIU? Financial Intelligence Unit. Practically speaking, you are not going to get any license from FIU. Rather than FIU is a regulatory body. FIU is asking for compliances as per the PMLA, Prevention of Money Laundering Act. You have to comply as a virtual asset provider in India. Okay? So FIU will monitor your operation, and FIU's main thing is to concentrate on money laundering and definitely counterterrorism stuff. That's what. And they are the reporting authority. FIU is the one who will allow you to run the show in India. Without their permission, without your registration with them, you cannot run it. And if you talk about the taxation, 30%. Huge market. Huge market compared to any other market. I don't want to cover it in case of the kind of how much the market size is all about, but it's quite huge. Apart from it, let's talk about taxation is 30%, and then talk about what are the costs involved in it. Number one, only $2,000 is more than enough for capital. For company formation, for registration, $5,000 is more than enough for it. So if you look at cost-wise for getting into India as an exchange, if you have $10,000, $12,000, that's more than enough to be there in India. Okay? And nevertheless, if you compare the market of Singapore and India, or UAE or India or Europe or India, definitely that's a huge market. Okay? But looking at the banking aspect, yes, it's not easy as UAE. It's not easy as UAE. Banking. Crypto banking is still an issue in India. That's the challenge. So now you can compare Europe, UAE, Singapore, and India. I wish you the best to decide to choose that jurisdiction as per your choice. And these are the parameters where a businessman can choose, okay, this is the country I should go for. I think you must have got the idea what exactly I'm talking about. Now you can decide your country of choice, where exactly you should go and put your crypto business. Thank you.